Hello, g'day. I just thought that I'd get a little video for my friends on before it's all forgotten and lost, how I cut a handle out for a stock whip. This is more especially for my friends over in America. This is a bit of kangaroo skin, and I've treated this with a mixture of mutton fat and ordinary motor oil and a little bit of kerosene. It stops the rats eating it and gives us good, what we call good slip. This old beam here, that belonged to my boss, Eddie Lawrence, and he passed away in about 1978, and I've had it ever since. Down here I've had to modify everything and I'm pretty cramped. So what I'm going to do, this is just a little disposable knife. I strop it either on the thumb like that, or I strop it on a little wooden strop that I've made and just give it a couple of hits. I put a product on there called Jeweler's Rouge, and it keeps it a little bit good. Now what I'm going to do is cut from the neck of the kangaroo down to his butt here to give me a little bit of an angle for taper. Just the same as this whip handle is here. That's how it'll end up at what we call a team whip. So don't anybody, when they see this, be frightened that there's no kangaroos left, because there's 60 million on the last tally in Australia. So this is how I cut out, using my thumbnail, my long thumbnail, and this knife, I cut out a half cane handle for a stock whip. When I'm at full cry with these, I'll make a dozen finished 5 and 6 foot red hide, or latigo as it would be called, whips in a day. I cut all my handles out, I'll trim them up, straighten them up, then I get some 14-16 cane. I plait all the handles, 2, 4, 6, 7. I plait all the handles up in the afternoon, and I do all the stock thongs or whips in the morning. And you know, 10 or a dozen a day is easy. So that's a basic set for a red hide team whip. It'll plait up at around about 9 inches. About that much. I'll put it over here then on this hook. I'll give it a little bit of a stretch, and then I'll take this lump of red hide or latigo here, and I'll straighten it up just simply by holding that over my finger and pulling the sharp knife back towards me. That'll just straighten the edge of it up a little bit. And then I use a mixture of mutton fat, soap and water with a little bit of detergent in it, which I put onto this liberally, and that gives me a good slip. The handles, when I do the foundation for the handles, I make up a piece of triangular shape. I get that out of an ordinary women's publication, and I just put this on the handle, roll it up around the handle with a little bit of a mixture of aquateer glue and water, and that gives me what we call a nice taper. One of the main things in whip making is that everything's got a taper. Now, as we can follow this, what we'll do with this, I'll plait the handle up on another video, and then I'll cut a whip out and I'll plait a whip up for you. And then afterwards I'm going to do how to crack an Australian whip, just out on the front of where I live, and you can see how it's how to crack a whip. It'll be a good reference for all you fellas that when I'm not here one day, you can sort of have a look at it and say, well, that's how it was done. But this is a traditional way of cutting out an Australian stock whip. I hope you enjoy it.